Hey everybody, take my hat off. Mike Honan here, Valley Vapors, Salem, Oregon. I did a video yesterday for our new Bend, or a new Redmond store, not Bend. Bend is close by to Redmond. If you're in that area, you know these things. But if you're not from Oregon, you may not know that. But Redmond is, I did a video on Redmond yesterday because we're opening a store there. But today, in repentance for that, I'm going to do a video. Let's see what we got. I got a bag full of stuff here. Let's see what we got. Oh, look at that. The new Breeze 2. I couldn't even read it. I've got the new Breeze 2. These are great. Here's the thing. This is the Breeze. I've been using it for a couple of weeks. I really like it. I'm going to show you how to replace the coil, remove the tank. A lot more complicated on this one. And what they try to do is address some of the issues with the tank, the fact that to fill the tank before with the Breeze 1 or just the Breeze, was it's just time consuming. You got to take the pin out, and then they had a problem with it auto firing all the time. They shouldn't hit I've got this on a board. They had it auto firing. The Breeze auto fired a lot. I had problems with that. Some of them, not all of them, but they usually did. This one, you have to press the button to fire. It won't just fire on your draw. You know, they have some of those that fire the coil when you draw. This won't do that. So, and it's got some really cool features, and we'll get right into it. So I'm going to be talking about how to replace the coil, fill the tank, show you how to do it. A lot more complicated. And let's get right into it. And look, I got a new one. I got a black one. Very fancy. So we're going to take the plastic off. You got your new Breeze. You're going to take the plastic off. And again, this is all kind of real basic. Of course, you have to see me. It's like Christmas, you know. You get to open it. Oh, everybody watch me open the present. So everybody has to sit around and wait for the guy to open his present. I hate that. But anyway, I just want to rip into all the presents and, do whatever I got to do. So here it is. This is the new one. You got your information here. You got your little information packet. You've got some O-rings and a little. They do give you another fill stop, to stop it from leaking out, because the new fill is a lot nicer, and I'll show you that in a second. And it comes with a couple of coils. They do have a new coil. It is a sub-ohm coil, which I really like because you can run it about 18 watts, and that's what I do. And let me see if I can see that here. It is a point. This is a 1 ohm coil, and the other one is a 8 ohm coil, 0.8 ohm coil. Yeah, so sub-ohm coil, which is nice. You can run a little bit higher. Which is good because I love the hit on the Breeze. I really do like it. Okay, to get these going here, this is where it gets a little more complicated. And it's not really that complicated, but it's a lot more engineering went into this. At least on a thought level, they really did a little bit more. So you just pop. There's these two buttons, one on each side. You'll depress both of those buttons, and of course, this just pops right out. And even to fix it back on, you have to depress those two. And there's two little clips in there. I don't know if you can see those little clips. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But these two little tabs that lock the tank down in place. Now, here's the other thing. Let me show you here. Let's pull out the new one. So you got to press those back down even to get it back in. But let's pull the new one out so we can just start fresh and new. And so you'll be nice and fresh. Okay, so this is a black one. And they look great. And they've got these little protective cap. If you're going to be traveling, always put that cap on because that is a big open space there, and you'll get stuff in there. So you just press that, comes out. Now here's the fill. This is what I love about this thing. Fills a lot easier. You just fill in that little hole. If you can see that hole in the corner, there's a little hole on the corner. You really can't see it. There it is. I guess you can kind of see it. That little hole right there. That's going to be your fill hole. So you just put that bright orange cap back in. Bob's your uncle. Now, the only tricky part with this is where they I think they made a mistake with this thing. Man, that is tough getting this plastic cap off for the first time. It is not easy. And I would recommend, oh man, I'm going to butcher this. There we go. See how hard that was? That is really sticky. I had to, I'd use like something plastic so you don't scratch up your tip. But that being said, okay, here's your airflow on. I don't know if you can zoom. I don't know if it's going to zoom in, but you can see that airflow right there. There's your airflow. That spins, and that controls your airflow. So you got to pop that cap off. So what you're going to do to put the coil in you're going to unscrew the top here, and it's everything on this thing is snug. You're going to have, get ready. I mean, it's a great device, don't get me wrong, but you're just going to have to, use a little bit of, because you see that gasket right there? That little gasket around the edge. Everything's kind of blurry today. The little gasket around the edge, it's pretty snug, so you really got to give it a good push in there to get it to lock down in. At least that's the way it was. So I'm going to go with the 0.8 ohm coil, and you screw that in. So there's your little coil, and you're going to screw these two pieces, that pin, your top right there with the hole in the top, you're going to screw that in to the wide part of the top. And you're going to screw that in. You're going to get, oh, I got some juice right here. So you're going to get your juice, same thing on the juice. I usually prime the coil. So I'm just going to, I'm not going to fill this thing because I got one already ready to roll. So I'm just going to demonstrate, but I'm not actually going to do it. So you're going to drop some drops into that little hole in the top right there. Sorry, that's so blurry. I don't know why he's doing it. So you're going to drop a couple, 3, 4 drops in the top, and then you can go around and there's a little, you see those little holes on the side, those slots, the wick where it wicks, where the e-juice wicks in. Sorry, that's so blurry. I don't know. It's not adjusting. So you're going to just dump some of that in there, and that's going to wick in there. Or you can just set it in the tank and let it sit for a few minutes, and that's good enough for it too. So you're going to set this back in, and like I said, you got to give it a good push to get it to lock in there so it screws into the threads. Okay. So now, and then the other thing is make sure your little airflow slot is open to your preferred, where you want it to be, and you can set it, halfway or all the way. I put it all the way. I like it kind of airy. And then, so when you're done that, you just flip this over. You put your cap back on. You need that cap back on there. And I think as you do this more, as you fill the tank or replace the coil a few times, but the coil's been lasting. The coil's been great. So as you take that off and on a few times, it loosens up and that. So you're gonna pop, as you got it flipped over, you still have to put it back in. You're gonna pop this top off and just fill it right up. Bam. I mean, and it takes a little bit because it's got there's 2 compartments, so it has to kind of run over. So what I do is I kind of tip it a little bit side to side and just fill it up. The nice thing is the tank is bigger than the previous Breeze 1 or Breeze. The Breeze 2 is a bigger tank and really nice setup. So you're just going to fill it right into that little hole right there. Now there's 2 holes, or there's 2 little. So you want to use the bigger hole, obviously. There's a big hole, and so you want to put all your e-juice in there, and then you just close it, pop it back together, and you are good to go. And it hits really good. The only downside is the battery is smaller. And what is the battery? So I'll tell you right now what the battery is. I haven't even looked. That just shows you how screwed up the life is, the world is. Yeah, I should have figured that out. It's a small battery, but it is bigger than the previous one. Oh, the other thing is, there's your charge port right there. Let's see if I can do this and tell you. Yeah, it's a 1,000 milliamp battery. I think the other one was like 650. No, maybe, yeah, it's like 600, 650. So this is a much bigger battery. It's a bigger device, but still compact, and it hits really well. Here's your fire button right there on the front. These things hit great. They really do. I like that 0.8 ohm coil. It's got the 0.1 ohm, 0.8 ohm coils. The coils seem to last a good amount of time. To be fair, this isn't my main. I use the Aspire Zalos that I usually vape with. But these are great backups if I'm just going somewhere and I want to be able to slip something in my pocket. They're a great device for that, for travel. Awesome, awesome device. They hit really well. I run 50-50 blend e-juice in these things, but you can easily do 80-20. I just prefer 50-50. It's a little bit, it's got that little bit of bite back of the throat. Hey folks, thanks a lot. I'm sorry this is a long video, but I talk too much. That's just the way it is. I'm going to try to do, for the next 30 days, I'm going on vacation. I don't care. I'm going to do a video every day. So some of these videos are going to be about Redmond, Oregon. I apologize that if you see Redmond, Oregon, and you're not from that area, you can just disregard them. But I'm doing kind of my SEO stuff. But I am going to post them on Facebook and YouTube on my stuff. So if you want to watch them, please go ahead. Feel free. But I'm doing a kind of region specific because I am opening a store out there. So you can just don't even watch it if you don't want to, because it's just me talking again. Get out of here. Get out of here. That's what my dad used to say. Get out of here. I don't know if he did the hand thing, but I like the hand thing. It kind of gives emphasis to it. Anyway, folks, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, great summer. Summer starting up with 21st is day one of summer. Have a great time, great weekend. Adios, amigos.